What's up traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the EdgeFinder and some of the latest features that we've rolled out. And the big obvious one that's on the front of the screen if you've been watching my channel every day is the dark version is here. We have officially gone into dark mode with the EdgeFinder. We've made the background all sorts of dark, sort of soft black colors, which look, I think, really good. And we actually did a vote on my Discord channel and my personal Instagram. We asked people, what do you guys prefer? The light version and the dark version. The dark version won 75 to 25. So the biggest latest change to the tool is of course the dark version. Now, if you're not familiar, I'll fill you in. The EdgeFinder has been my company, A1 Trading's biggest project in the last year or so. We've been working so hard. I've got a team of developers and people here in the office that help me to work on this software as sort of a project led by the community that's around my YouTube channel, around our followings on social medias and stuff like that. We've taken a lot of feedback from the community to build this tool to what it is today. And what you can see is it offers all sorts of cool fundamental research as well as sentiment analysis. Sort of the project stemmed from the fact that most traders, they look at technical analysis, they look at charts and that sort of thing, and they don't pay attention to fundamentals or sentiment, albeit they sometimes want to. So with the software, it allows you to look at fundamentals and sentiment analysis without the painstaking process of reading 37 articles a day and compiling this information. I'll be the first one to say a lot of this data that you see on the EdgeFinder is available for free online, and I don't want to say otherwise because that would be unfair. But the huge component to the EdgeFinder that's awesome is it takes all of this data and it compiles it together for you automatically, so you don't have to go dig through sites for an hour and a half. It comes right to your screen each day, and it's been a massive time saver for me because I'm able to look at a watch list each day. This feature up here, the watch list, is new and improved. We've made a lot of adjustments to this. The color coding is new, all that sort of stuff. And we can actually scan for currency crosses as well as assets like oil, the US indices, the UK indices. We've been able to add all these different features where you can get a bias on all of these different assets based on the categories that we track. The latest ones that we work on are COT data, which allows us to look at smart money, institutional data from the CFTC's Commitment of Traders report that comes out once a week. This gives us a scope into what smart money is trading. Retail sentiment, we get to see what the crowd is doing, and we get a bias on each one of these currencies or assets that we pay attention to for a bias of long or short. Seasonality, we get to see monthly what each asset tends to do over a given month, and I'll show you guys this in more detail in just a moment. Trend reading, you can see that we have a trend to the upside or to the downside. That's pretty intuitive. GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, and interest rates. These are your economic or fundamental data that we use in the EdgeFinder to help build a bias one way or the other. And when you're looking at the watch list page, this page is going to show you things that are considered the most heavily bought or most heavily sold interest on the EdgeFinder, the strongest buys, the strongest sells, and the bias generated by the tool. Now, if we go look into a specific currency pair, for example, in this case, let's say we look at GBP USD. If we pull up the pound, we can see that in this breakdown, each one for all of our different currency pairs and assets, you can actually see we have all sorts of things. You can go through all the different currency crosses. You can go through the indices on your own. You can look at the commodities like gold and oil. If you trade these things, adding that sentiment and fundamental bias can be an incredibly helpful tool. And that's exactly what we've sort of done with the project. So if you take a look at the EdgeFinder's view of the pound USD, you can see it has a sell bias. And it's breaking that down for you in this column here. You can see that in COT data, we get a -2. Now, what does this mean? Well, if we take a look at COT data, you can see that the US dollar is heavily longed by institutional traders. And if we look at the short reading, the pound is very shorted by institutional traders. So this is pointing us more towards being long the US dollar and short the pound. So combining that information, we get a score of -2. And we combine all these different scores up to get us a reading of -3, which falls under the bias of sell. And that, of course, can be used in combination with our technical analysis that we do already. That's exactly how I use the EdgeFinder. I'll show you guys a trade, for example, that I'm in myself myself. So the S&P 500 showed up last week as a buy from the EdgeFinder. And if I show you this, you can see I've taken this trade. And I also want you guys to know that if you're watching my channel, if you see me take trades, this is on real money, real stuff. I'm not, joking around or lying about any of my stuff. I take trades on real money so that you guys can see I'm not full of it. When I show you guys a product or tool that I'm using, it's because I'm genuinely using it and putting my own hard-earned money on this. So here's a trade that I'm in right now. I'm long the S&P 500. We're floating about $2,400 on this particular trade. This popped up on the EdgeFinder last week and was in combination with my technical analysis where I picked it up here. I was able to catch a really great trade using the combination of technical analysis, sentiment analysis, and fundamental analysis. The goal of the EdgeFinder is to combine multiple things in one to give you a full picture of a particular asset that you are thinking about taking a trade on and giving you more insights to make a better informed decision with your trade. So that's pretty much what the EdgeFinder does. It's a scanner. It's a tool for forex traders, and there's a million of these things for the stock market. There's a million of these things for crypto, but for the forex market, it's been heavily lacking this, and that's why we've built this product for traders. We've worked tremendously hard. We've worked for a year straight, and when I say we, there's a team, several people involved. There's about 10 people total on my team who are involved in building the EdgeFinder, maintaining it, working with people who have questions, and all sorts of stuff. Right now, if you would like to try out the EdgeFinder, we are considering, we've got a certain number that we can hand out, but we're gonna be handing out free trials. And if you want a free trial on the tool, there's gonna be a link in this video description down below. Click that link, fill out the form, and you'll be able to get a free trial to try it out for yourself. Now, the reason I bring up all this is because we are considering raising prices on the EdgeFinder. And I don't know exactly where we're gonna go with the price, but we know that we have spent so much time, such a big investment on our part for my company into building this software and upkeep and maintaining it and all the data and stuff like that we do for this. We are planning on raising prices, and I'm giving you that ahead of time so that you don't miss it if you've been thinking about getting access to the tool. I'm giving this as a fair warning. If you are a serious person interested in using the EdgeFinder, get access to it now. There's going to be information down below in the description, and in probably about a week's time, we are going to be raising prices on the EdgeFinder. That is an unconfirmed number as of yet. I still need to do some meetings with my team, but we are planning on raising prices, and I want you guys to know that before you miss your chance to get it for current prices. The last thing I want is a bunch of people to say, hey, I missed the price, and now I can't get it. Get it now if you've been seriously interested in getting it before we raise those prices, and get involved with the tool if it's something you're interested in. Again, from our perspective, we have invested over at least over $150,000 into this product. It's been a serious investment on our part in terms of team effort, as well as salaries and people involved and upkeep costs. Like I said, it's been an expensive tool, so we are raising prices as we know how much value this is bringing. So many people are using it, and in fact, there's so many people getting access that just handling people and their questions has become a huge thing. So being upfront with you about the price increase that we are planning, I want you to get it if you want it, and don't miss that opportunity. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, you get a free trial if you want to try it out, but get it within the next week if you are seriously interested before the price increase. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.